What's up? I'm on Two Worlds 2, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. We're gonna go ahead and see what we got here. May or may not be able to do that on this yet. No, we'll try to get it.
Maybe next time.
There we go. Okay, we'll go finish this quest.
Excuse me.
Get left with last year's wares, huh?
Clearly we're taking the wrong path.
Brothers from the great battle of Oswald. Don't miss out on this one. Wares and weapons recovered from the...
What was a teleport I was missing? We're gonna go talk to this person.
Save that for later.
So, it's done then?
And the mother. As far as anyone will be able to tell, they left town during the night.
Well, aren't you a creative little prick? Mirage has taken quite an interest in you.
I thought no one sees him.
They don't. He communicates through a single agent. They call him Tongue, fittingly enough.
How can I find him?
Don't get ahead of yourself. I only brought you here to fulfill our arrangement. I simply thought you'd be interested to know what impact your actions have had as of late.
The captain. Where can I find him?
Such information isn't so simple to acquire, even for myself. All I can do is give you his name. Falanan Neiman.
No wonder everyone calls him the captain.
It's not exactly native to this region, though neither is he. He owned a slaughterhouse in Chesnadar nearly a decade ago. When the Imperials began repurposing land without compensation, he fought back. They attempted to arrest him. He killed 3 guards with his bare hands. He's been recruiting men ever since. just enough to mess with the status quo. Their so-called guerrilla tactics usually end up leaving us with more problems. They destroy shipments we plan to steal, kill guards we pay to walk away. But I have to ask, what's your interest in them?
It's personal.
A vendetta, then? I know the look. Couldn't stop you if I wanted to.
What can you tell me about the Tower of Fangs?
I can tell you that even talking about it has brought about the death of more powerful men than either of us. Some say he's protected by Gandahar himself. I know you have a death wish, but some things are worse than death. Rumors say that Captain is the only one ever to go inside. Then again, rumors also say he rides a horse made of crystal.
Can you tell me about Risa?
I see that my newest pearl got herself a new admirer. She came here a few weeks ago looking for work. When she came into my office, I just couldn't refuse, if you know what I mean. I could have arranged a meeting with her in a quiet place, but I don't think you have that kind of money.
I appreciate it.
Likewise. Before you go...
Sorry, Basil, but...
Relax. It's simply an open offer.
What kind of offer?
I arrange fights from time to time. You know, to entertain the locals. If you ever find yourself in need of extra auras...
I'm listening.
The fights take place at the pit, the arena where the Brotherhood used to train. Speak with a rub. Give him the phrase, you can swallow a pot of blood before you get sick. He'll know that I sent you.
I thought you'd be taller.
I'm sorry?
Forgive my manners. They call me Tongue. Perhaps you've heard of me. Knowing who you are, however, is what I'm paid for.
I know who you are.
I've heard you've been asking about the Tower of Fangs. Quite carelessly, I might add. But if you'd like a more definitive answer to such an ambiguous question, I'd advise you to follow me. After you. I must apologize for this perceived dishonesty.
Open the gate. Now.
Not yet. I'm afraid I cannot ask you to perform the task at hand without knowing you are competent enough to complete it.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mr. Mirage offers you information about the whereabouts of one Captain, who, as you probably already know, is the only one to return from the tower alive.
And what does Mr. Mirage want in return?
Nothing for the moment. Mr. Mirage offers this information as a sign of good faith.
Why the trap, then?
It's nothing personal, I assure you. Mr. Mirage is very ritualistic when it pertains to hiring new people. Do you still wish to learn where to find the captain?
Yes.
Then you'll find him with his party in seclusion south of here. Less than a mile, to be more precise. He's built a camp within a small village there. I recommend inquiring about the specifics with the rebels in the area. Now, back to business. Gentlemen, you may begin. Good luck.
This should be fun.
Quite impressive. There's a slight theatricality to your methods.
What kind of test was this?
The kind you live to complain about, apparently. Which leaves me with the pleasure of announcing that Mr. Mirage would like to make you an offer.
What if I'm not interested?
While your hesitance might be considered measurably understandable, suggesting that Mr. Mirage isn't the type of person one should consider refusing seems in order.
What's the offer?
You've made several inquiries into a series of murders that recently took place.
I have.
Then it's safe to assume you know that 8 years ago, Mr. Mirage inherited control of Hatmandor's underground.
He cut his way to the top.
In a manner of speaking. Before Mr. Mirage received his inheritance, he was forced to remove Tors Darum, his predecessor. Several of his followers, however, refused to cooperate.
I heard. He had them killed, their families as well.
After we cleansed Darum's residence, Mr. Mirage later discovered a stone left unturned. A boy. A son.
He wasn't accounted for.
Someone was silenced in his stead. Darum's nephew. The resemblance was striking, so close in fact that by the time we discovered our error, Darum's heir was nowhere to be found.
And now you think that he's...
Yes, this is Mr. Mirage's assumption.
And you want me to...
To correct this error, naturally.
And in return?
Money, of course. It's worth noting that the good faith he's shown thus far is extended to relevant financial matters as well. Furthermore, if you succeed, our interest in your services may prove to become much more consistent.
I'll do it.
Good. You should begin with Zask, the only remaining Darum loyalist left by both our target and our employer.
Why was he spared?
Mr. Mirage wisely assumed that if Darum's son returned to the city, he'd contact Zask. He's been monitored ever since, yet our assumption now seems flawed.
Then why bother?
We're simply interested in knowing if we missed something, so it is part of your task to discover this before our situation escalates. This is espionage, not an interrogation. Convince him to trust you. He owns a small workshop in Chesnadar. I pray that Basil hasn't overestimated your skill set regarding this matter. Best of luck.
Tell me more about the boy.
He had dark hair. His name was Daniel, though time has a way of rendering such trivial information even less relevant.
Tell me about Zask.
His appearance betrays his age in a least ideal fashion. While he's quite old, he appears ancient. He crafts armor and weapons from his workshop in Chesnadar. While we ironically make the occasional purchase from him, he's been reduced to filling large orders for the Empire. Not exactly ideal work for one who considers themselves an artisan.
It seems I have work to do.
It seems you do indeed.
Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So, until next time.